1993 Porsche 928 GTS with the automatic transmission. It has 83,000 documented miles. This car is number 29 out of 401 total produced for the North American market from 93 through 95. And one of 5 in this color, Zermatt Silver Metallic, that is original to this car. This car was special ordered from a surgeon out of Atlanta, Georgia, who ordered it through Jim Ellis Porsche through Porsche's exclusive program. It has an original window sticker of 88,650. Even though these come with a lot of options, this car was configured with a full leather interior. Everything inside is leather with the exception of the dash and dash pod. It also was ordered with special Porsche sport suspension, which gives you the Bilsteins. This GTS was manufactured in March of 1992. So this is considered an early production GTS. This car is also 100% stock exhaust, stock suspension, stock ECU, no chips, no upgrades, no lowering. Everything is original as it came. And of course the bulge in the rear quarters are unique to the GTS. And the Zermatt Silver just highlights that. It does have a new set of Michelin pilots. They were put on last year, about 300 miles ago. And as you can see, the body is straight, no door dings, no scratches. Also, we did, these are new Porsche colored crest center caps. The car did come with that from the factory, but they were faded, so we just bought new ones. Carfax shows one minor incident back in 2008. Not accident, but it said minor damage. And I would assume he got close to a mailbox or somebody backed into it, I don't know. But we've been under the car, we've removed the wheel, we've inspected it, removed all the shielding underneath. There is nothing. You can even see the welting on the bumper is still perfect. The inside of these driving lights, perfect. The only you can see is there's some scratching here. I don't know if that's what it was or all of it, but it is there. I just wanted to show you and talk about that. The engine in this Porsche, I think, is just really gorgeous. The 5.4 liter 4-cam 4-valve engine is exclusive to the GTS. It was factory rated at 345 horsepower and 369 feet-pounds of torque. And this does have the proper block code M28.50, which you can't see it, it's under this water hose. But while I had this engine being serviced, I was able to get a photograph of that, and you can see that in the photo gallery. I bought this car July of 21 with just a little under 83,000 miles. The timing belt, water pump, all that kind of stuff, cam covers were all replaced. They had huge services. The net timing belt been replaced several times in its life, but it was only 4,000 miles ago, but it was back in 2009. So due to the time factor, I employed Ozark Imports here in Springdale, Arkansas, who's been around since the 70s. They did a total front engine refresh. They removed the intake, cam covers. While those were off, I had those refinished to the proper color, and they look beautiful. They also, every nut, bolt, washer, I had those all re-zinced to the proper color. They replaced, obviously, the timing belt. the timing belt tensioner. We even sourced Porsche OEM for the tensioner. A lot of people use the PK. I chose not to because it's a GTS, so did that. Water pump, the front seals, the gaskets of everything. While they had the intake off, they replaced all the vacuum hoses, all the little lines, cam covers, gaskets on that, the end caps, spark plug wires, spark plugs, of course, the spark plug tube seals. They put new ignition coils in it, water hoses, various power steering lines. The bill was a little over $8,000, and I did that service. It was January of 22 at 83,041 miles. In March of this year of 23 at 83,560, I took it back to Ozark and they did the timing belt retention and just did a full inspection. No oil leaks, no problems, just great. Over 40 components were replaced on that front engine service that was done. Also the fuel dampeners, there's 3 of them. There's 2 in the back and 1 up front. We replaced those with Porsche OEM. Also new fuel lines in the front and the back along here. Those are all new. Also the fuel injectors were removed, cleaned, and resealed. And the torque tube was completely rebuilt last year at the same time, about 500 miles ago in March of 23, or excuse me, March of 22, by Ulrich Motor Works out of Siloam, who's a Porsche exclusive only service center, and that was a little over $5,000. They used all Black Sea components on that, and also while the torque tube and transaxle was removed, they also checked the thrust bearing in play, which measured well within specs, 0.3 millimeters. We have that documentation. Also, they serviced the transmission as well, new filter, new reservoir, and just kind of went and also rebuilt the rear drive axles as well, half shafts. I'll remove the intake tube so you could see everything a little better on the engine. Like I said before, the cam covers were refinished at the same time the intake was refinished. As you can see, all the little bolts and washers, even here, everything. There's over 150 washers, bolts, and nuts that we had redone on this. This engine looks about as fresh and like back to new that I think you can get. Spark plug wires were replaced with Baru OEM Porsche. And the drive belts as well. I do want to show you the rear hats. The electric release works. A lot of them they don't. This car does. Original toolkit. The original CD player that came in it, the CD2, the jack, tire pump, of course the spare and is underneath with a new battery. As you can see, it still has the rear cargo cover. A lot of these are broke or gone. Even this rear panel in here, it's all leather. This has beautiful interior. The two-tone darker gray on the doors. And also, like I mentioned, this is a full leather car. Even the door pockets are leather that are just perfect. The light gray seats contrasting with that darker gray dash is just beautiful. This also has the 12-way lumbar support memory seats as well. That was part of the option on this car. Even the rear vent around the AC back here, it's leather. These rear seals back here, window sails they call them, it's all leather and it's not warped. Normally they are warped and in bad shape. Even the sun visors back here are leather. So are the headliner. Sun visors up here are full leather. Door panels on this car are just pretty much perfect. Also, those are new Lloyd mats, custom luxe version. They're thick. They were about $350 for those. And this also, it has the optional left and right 6-way, or excuse me, 12-way power lumbar seats with memory. Even on this, even on the passenger side. Of course, the seats look like they've never been set in. There again, that rear window sail, perfect, all leather too. Do a cold start here. I'm gonna see if you guys can see, but I'm reaching down onto the manifold and I'm on it. Okay. I had the AC serviced last year and it does blow cold. original stereo that's CD player. I just installed this Continental, which has Bluetooth. Even the lid on the console is in leather. Also something, I don't know if you've noticed, but the speakers, nothing's been changed. They're all original to the car. And they sound amazing. Power door locks. Everything works. Also, I did have to replace the passenger window motor. I did Porsche OEM motor on that. I know you can't see this, but I can feel the power lumbar does work. The underside of this GTS is really, really clean. The exhaust is completely stock and in great condition. Last year at 83,145 miles, the torque tube was rebuilt with Black Sea super bearings. The 3 were replaced. Also used the super clamp from Black Sea. They also replaced the rear carrier bearings and replaced the flex plate rivets with bolts. Also serviced the front pump seal. Transmission was serviced at the same time with new pan filter and gasket, and the reservoir was replaced. CV axles were rebuilt at the same time. Also, the thrust bearing in play was checked at that time, and it was well within spec, 0.3 millimeter. And we have this document, a little over $5,000 was spent on it, and we have that invoice receipt in hand. service history starts on this in 6 of 1992 at 20 miles at Jim Ellis Porsche. And you can see it's consistent up through 2001, and from there it picks up with the service records here that we have over 40 pages of service history. And then the front engine refresh that we had done at Ozark Imports is here. Also the Ehrlich Motor Works, what we did on the torque tube. Also we have the window sticker. The original manual. Got the leather bound case that everything came in, along with the fuse block decoder and original warranty paperwork, the original radio code. We also have the OEM brochure for the GTS. And we've got 2 sets of keys.